Pamela, how do I find an x-intercept? Set the y equal to 0. Pamela, I don't have a y here. Can you tell me how to write it with a y? Everyone put your finger on the y, on the equation. Show your partner. Pamela, where's the y up here? The g of x. Yes. Thank you, Pamela. Marisol, substitute it in, solve for us.
Y is going to be 0 equals logical x minus 7.
Uh-huh.
And then square root.
Yeah. Square. What's left?
And then 0 equals x minus 7.
Good. Keep going.
Add 7. And then x equals 7.
Give me an order pair.
0, 7.
That's an x, that's a y. Raise your hand if you got that. Good job, Marisol. Ivan, how do I find a y-intercept? Alright, substitute it in. Y equals
0, square root of 0, 7.
0 minus 7. Square root of negative 7. Yes, I. What I? Ivan, what's the square root of negative 1?
I?
7i. Okay, this is a little bit new. This is a complex. X's and Y's are real. X's and Y's are real. Okay, so there is no y-intercept. No y-intercept. Although we have an answer of 7i, it's a different dimension. It's a different graphing coordinates. Okay? And you'll see that when we graph it. Okay. This is going to be new. Put your pencils down. This is today's lesson. I'm watching for all my students put their pencils down. So, we just saw on this problem here that I cannot take the square root of a negative number. You can, it's complex, but I'm trying to keep it on the x and y coordinate. I want real solutions. What does that mean? Well, I have to take a square root of a positive number. Well, how do you write positive with inequalities? I can take whatever's in my Radican here. Just watch. And you're going to make it a positive numbers are greater than or equal to 0. This is today's lesson. What's today's lesson, class? Greater than or equal to 0 for a square root. You want it to be positive. And then you just solve it. Add 7. X is greater than or equal to 7. We can't stay in inequality world. We have to move to integral notation. Now it says solve it with no graph, basically using algebraic, and this is your answer. And you can change this to an integral notation. If you get stuck, then you can kind of draw yourself a number line. You only need one number. 7, open or closed? Which direction? Numbers that are bigger than or equal to 7, that's towards the right. So with inequalities, opener, closed. Parentheses or bracket?
Bracket.
Bracket. That's 7. We're including 7. The last thing you're touching is the arrow, which is going towards infinity, and you need to use a parentheses. To review, to find the domain algebraically, without graphing it, is you need to make this number greater than or equal to 0, and then solve. Okay, let's verify that by actually making a graph. Pull out your graphing calculators. Have those ready. I'm going to graph actually using our clues here. Okay, our x-intercept of 0, 7. You can pick up your pencil now. This is our x-intercept. Everyone say label. This is how you label. So when it says on your next quiz, label it just like that. Okay, watch this. We said that there was no y-intercept. Do you see that? So basically my graph's not going to go and pass anything towards this line. And we just said that we want x values that are bigger than 7. So our graph's actually going to go in this direction. Okay, it's going to go somewhere like that. Let's put it into our calculators. Go to y equals, press clear. Might be the first time we're using the square root button. So my square root button is here. You see it? Mine's in yellow, so I press the yellow button, and then that one. So second x squared. Did you put it in your calculator?
Yeah.
Do it. And then you're going to write in x minus 7. Partner A, tell partner B, what's the next calculator commands to get a graph on your graphing calculator? Macy, what's our next buttons? Zoom. 6. Did you guys see it? And then we're learning for the past couple days, like, I don't really want it to be over here, I want it to be shifted over. So I don't need an x minimum negative 10, I can change my x minimum to maybe like 5. And then I can change this window to maybe like 15. So go to window, I'm going to change the x minimum to about 5, and maybe 15. And then I'm going to press graph. You can always go back to your graph by pressing the graph button. Okay, so our graph's going to look like that. Go ahead and sketch it. And then here you can see that there is an x-intercept. There's no y-intercept. And you can this verifies algebraically what we have in our graph, that our domain is 7 numbers that are going towards infinity.